The Eternal Council had mapped every star, catalogued every species, and visited every habitable world in the galaxy except one. Earth spun quietly in its little corner of space, unmarked on their charts not by accident but by deliberate choice. When the youngest species asked why, the Eternals would simply say, "It's not just the humans you need to worry about." The Eternals were the galaxy's eldest children, beings of pure energy who had transcended physical form a billion years ago. They had witnessed the birth and death of countless civilizations, guided some to greatness, and watched others flame out in spectacular failure. Their knowledge was absolute, their wisdom unquestioned. So when they marked Earth with their highest warning, a black star that meant never approach, the younger species listened. But their primitives argued Zactor of the hegemony during a galactic assembly. They've barely mastered fusion power. What possible threat could they pose? Elder Luminous, speaking for the Eternals, let their form flicker with what the younger species had learned meant deep unease. You see only the humans because you look only at the surface. Earth harbors something far older, far more dangerous. The humans are merely its latest guardians. Guardians of what? Zactor pressed. Of things better left undisturbed, Luminous replied. We learned this truth at terrible cost. 1/3 of our species vanished in a single moment when we tried to catalog Earth properly. They didn't die, they were simply removed from existence. The assembly fell silent. The Eternals were beings who could survive supernovas, who danced between dimensions. What could possibly threaten them? Commander Trela of the Vorthan Science Fleet couldn't resist the mystery. Against all warnings, she assembled a stealth observation mission. We won't land, she promised her crew. We'll just observe from a safe distance. What could go wrong? Her ship, equipped with the finest cloaking technology in the galaxy, took position behind Earth's moon. The first scans seemed normal, humans going about their daily lives unaware of the cosmic neighborhood around them. Then Trela ordered deep scans, the kind that could peer through dimensions and time. That's when everything went wrong. Captain, her science officer screamed. Something's looking back. The view screen filled with eyes, not human eyes, but something older, vast beyond comprehension. They weren't on Earth, they were Earth. The entire planet was a single organism, a sleeping titan that had been dozing for eons. And humanity lived on its skin like beneficial bacteria, keeping it calm, keeping it sleeping. The humans don't know, Trela whispered in horror. They evolved here naturally, and the thing, it likes them. They're like cells in its immune system. It's waking up, the navigation officer reported, panic in her voice. Our scans, we've disturbed it. The moon beneath them began to shift. Not the surface, the moon itself was moving, turning like a great eye to focus on their ship. Because the moon wasn't a moon. It was another one, a watcher, a guardian left to ensure the Earth things stayed sleeping. We need to leave. Now. Trela ordered, but it was too late. Space around them began to fold in ways that violated every law of physics they knew. Their ship, state-of-the-art and capable of faster-than-light travel, found itself unable to move. Not held, simply convinced that motion had never existed. Please, Trela broadcast desperately. We meant no harm. We'll leave and never return. The response came not through their communications array but directly into their minds, a voice older than stars. You wake the dreamer with your tiny thoughts. See what dreams may come. Reality fragmented. The crew saw Earth's history. Not the sanitized version humans believed, but the truth. The planet was a chrysalis, a cocoon for something that had been growing since the universe was young. Dinosaurs hadn't been killed by an asteroid, they'd been cleared away when they dug too deep. Humans had been allowed to evolve because they were naturally incurious about their planet's depths, content to live on the surface. Every extinction event, the science officer gasped, they weren't random. The planet was pruning species that might wake it up. The humans are perfect, Trela realized. They're aggressive enough to keep other species away but lack the technology to probe too deeply into the planet itself. They're antibodies. The Moonthing's attention grew heavier. Crew members began forgetting first their mission, then their training, then their names. They were being edited out of existence, gently removed like errors in code. The Eternals were right, Trela managed to record in a final log. It's not the humans. It's what they're living on. And when it wakes. The log ended mid-sentence. The ship drifted back to Vorthan space 3 months later, its crew alive but changed. They remembered nothing of their mission, insisted they'd never been to Earth. But sometimes in their sleep, they would whisper, the dreamer stirs. The dreamer wakes. When the stars are right, the dreamer takes. Elder Luminous addressed the assembly one final time on the matter of Earth. The humans call their world many names, Gaia, Mother Earth, the living planet. They think these are metaphors. They are not. Earth is alive, has always been alive, and humanity is its chosen symbiont. Leave them be. Let them have their wars, their struggles, their dreams of reaching the stars. Better that than they dig too deep and wake what sleeps below. What happens if it wakes? A young species representative asked. Luminous form dimmed to almost nothing. Then we learn why this universe is so empty of ancient civilizations. They didn't die out, they were returned to the dreamer. As we all shall be, when Earth opens its true eyes. The black star warning on Earth remained, now with an addendum. The humans are not the danger. They are the universe's only hope of keeping the real danger asleep. And in the Sol system, Earth continued its quiet orbit, its human inhabitants blissfully unaware that they lived on the skin of a god. Their every war and struggle a lullaby keeping cosmic horror at bay. The galaxy's oldest species knew the truth. Avoid Earth not because of what humanity might do, but because of what their planet might dream. Sometimes, Elder Luminous would say, ignorance isn't just bliss, it's survival.